Welcome back to Hobie 16 repair restoration of Ula Ula. We got some sheet goods and my table saw there. We're gonna go and start breaking down for some patterns for the interior of the Hobie. Gonna run some stringers, almost like a little bit of a keel. One side here, one side there, and then on the inside, and then we will glass over all of that. So let's get to ripping. Alright, so what we got here is some 5mm plywood. Got some broken down, some strips, and some larger pieces, some little bits. What I'll use, use these to make some patterns, and you'll just lay it in the boat and see like the curve of the boat is right here. I'll use a hot glue gun and I'll tack this piece in, and then I'll use these little bits and glue them. As you can kind of see, you can kind of make yourself little tick marks and then transfer it onto the bigger sheet and then cut it out like a pattern. This is a boat building technique I've used before when planking wooden boats. Is you take a strip of plywood. This just so happens to be 3 inches, could be whatever. Lay it in the space you want to fill, right? I have gaps between the top of the ply and the space I want to fill all through here. And what I'll do is I have a hot glue gun, and once it's warmed up, is I will tack these pieces here, and I'll be able to connect the dots, and it'll give me a nice fair line. Dab of hot glue. Next little piece. Grab that edge. Just hold it for a second. Alright, and then move on. Dab of glue. So now we have our pattern laid out on our blank. This was our straight edge, and top here we're going to make some marks here, 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 and then we're going to use pieces of wood here and kind of fare through those points. You can kind of see how that shape bends. So we have these pieces here. There'll still be some like fitting and scribing we'll still have to do, but this will get us pretty close. It looks like we have enough material to get both sides of the hole out of one piece. That's great. Now I wasn't able to reach back out here, so that's why there isn't another one of these pieces there glued, so let's kind of let her run wild and see how she fits. clean our line up a little bit. And not looking for perfection, but pretty close is pretty close. Get transfer information. Up, the left, aft, and forward. Alright, now I can get these cut out and test fit. I'll not do this on any thicker of a material than really this 5mm, but it is possible to cut a nice curve on a table saw if you move the fence out the way. Now, gotta go test fit it. All right, we're gonna start with the right side, one we just cut. We'll go ahead and through here. Again, I'm not looking for like a perfect fit this run. I might even decide to thicken up kind of in this middle section. So I just needed to basically start somewhere, right? Our brace clamps out the way. We'll slip in the other side as well. Might as well do both of them at the same time. Slip the other pattern in. A few schmutz here. Out the way. Hobie schmutz. Just clamp it here, and I'll have to shift it forward and aft to get a nice good fit, but I get them both kind of in somewhat of a position. And you can see what needs to be fiddled with. There we go. Ow, splinters. Alright. Alright. I can take a closer look at it. Now pretty dang close forward here. Now a little bit of a gap. You can see the gap kind of. I got this here. It's big old schmutz. I'm really not too worried about it. And we can kind of see on this other side, we have these big blobs here that are holding us off. That's the one thing, you know, when we were running the pattern, we had all those little tabs, and so the tabs were jumping these sections. So I'll just have to relieve those areas, and I think we could get a much better fit. I gotta fiddle a little bit more forward. It's kind of running away from me a little bit. So we'll get these in a little bit tighter, get her braced in, and see how I feel strength-wise. We might run another layer, or I might make them wider kind of through this section here, because you can kind of see where the fracture is. Not as wide as I maybe might like or want, so we'll have to figure out something there.